I'm David Patterson. I'm a historical musicologist, and I've been working on Cage since about 1991. I actually met him once and only once in 1990. I was writing a master's paper dealing with Charles Ives and his influence on John Cage. My professor suggested that I contact Cage since I was at school in New York anyway, which really surprised me. It never dawned on me to contact a living composer, actually. So I've saved the phone message. It says, "Hello, this is John Cage, and if you call, we can arrange a time to meet." So I did. I wanted to spend about an hour with him. We spent about 2.5. He was always very generous with his time. And I just remember knocking on the door, and he opened. There were no thunderbolts or anything as I anticipated. He was just a very nice man. And I introduced myself and sat ready to memorize whatever came out of his mouth first, is the first thing he ever said to me. So the first thing John Cage ever said to me was, "It's very nice to meet you. You'll have to excuse me for a moment. The kitty has just vomited." So I spent the first part of our meeting watching John Cage clean up the cat's problem, and then the rest of the time we had a wonderful interview, and I was perfectly relaxed after that because I knew that nothing stranger than a kitty vomit was going to happen during that 2.5 hours. In 1992, I decided to write my dissertation on him, and I wrote him in April, telling him about this and saying I wanted to see him if he was willing, but only after I got materials together. So he wrote me back. I still have the little memo. He said, "Sure, see me in October or November," and he died in August. As a result, I ended up on the musicology team that inventoried his estate, and a whole new phase of Cage scholarship began after his death. And that's actually what the topic of the session is that I'm going to be chairing here at this conference. So that's my one and my only John Cage story.